minutes, and then we're gonna call it a day because I can only do a live. Well, I can only draw for about 30 minutes at a time. Honestly, I really not. I can draw for longer, but I can only draw at 30-minute like bouts. Because I gotta stop and smell the coffee. No, I have things. I'm a busy boy. So I'm going to be drawing upside down for a significant amount of time. I don't know. We'll see what happens then. So typically, I don't like talking when I draw. Actually, for the most part, it's like silent in my studio. I don't listen to music. I used to listen to music. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts too, but the podcast kind of bummed me out. You know, it gave me a sense of like FOMO, and then the music. It was. I found sometimes I found it to be kind of annoying, even if it was music I liked. So I just kind of keep it simple and don't even bother with. I don't even bother with it anymore. Just kind of do my thing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I don't really listen to a lot of music and stuff like that. And as I said, podcasts. There was also a minute when I had like I may have had a computer down here in my studio, and I maybe was like streaming like Netflix or something. That sounds eerily familiar. Like I might have, or like a tablet. Maybe I was doing that. I don't know, but it feels like I do remember at one point like watching cartoons in my basement, in my studio basement, and then I stopped. Because what happened? What would happen is like I would, I would work. I would go down in my basement in my studio and start making artwork, and I'd turn on like Netflix or something, and I would get some work done, but not as much as if I just kind of went full silent in silent mode. I think doing a live stream's pushing it, um, because it can be distracting. Like it's not helping me at um, drawing during a live stream. It really doesn't. It pulls away from my focus. Yeah. Let's see what I'm doing wrong here. I can't find my eraser though. So it pulls away from my focus. You're not going to notice anything. Oh my gosh, I can't drink coffee without worrying coffee on my paper. But it pulls away from my focus, and that's not good, you know. So I think the marks I was making need to go down a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. And then maybe this needs to be brought out further. I don't know. Maybe it's not quite center, or maybe like a little bit like right here. This does not feel like a 3H. It feels too soft. Anyways, right now I'm just working on the preliminary sketch. Want to make sure I got at least somewhat correct. You know. Can be kind of tricky. And you're not going to get a lot done happening in these first few stages of this drawing. It's going to be a super slow process. Hey, how you doing? It's going to be a super slow process, and eventually you'll start seeing things. Now it's starting to work, but like for the first few hours, you don't see anything really significant. And that's usually how that's like how drawings are. We're not drawing in sketchbooks. First first 20% of the drawing really does look like nothing's getting done. We're making we're putting down the framework. Putting down the base, or at least I'm trying to. There's some days that I don't know. We'll see. And it's gonna be kind of hard. There you go. But I think I got a good start. I'm getting a little heavy-handed in the mouth area here. What I might do is after I draw it, I'll probably flip it right side up and check things. Before I start shading significant areas. Don't know if I like what's happening right now. We'll just keep it like that way. I think definitely made some mistakes. Oh, yeah. Wow. I can't believe I didn't see that. So these lips need to be a lot smaller. Which means I need to get an eraser. Where's my eraser when I need it? I saw one. Yeah. There we go. Because these lips don't really think they... I think they need to go up a little higher again. I brought her and now I am bringing them back up again. Oh my gosh. Although I still feel like they need to be lower. Oh my gosh, I can't decide what I want. But they can't really go... They only go a little bit. I have to come back to this a little later. I'll adjust it later on. I'm not going to bring out my ruler and start measuring stuff. I'll do that tomorrow, after the live stream. So I can get a better feel about where this mouth is at. The mouth, like I know something's off, because it's too much. It doesn't go all the way down. That doesn't go nearly as low as I'm making it. So I have to move on, and we'll come back to that a little bit later when I have not more time, but I've kind of thought about it and had a little bit of time to kind of take stock of what's going on and come back to it with some fresh eyes, I guess. Yeah, I need more room in this area right here. So either I got to move up the mouth and make it a little bit more petite, like thin the lips. And I think I do have to thin them. So that's going to take some time, but I'm not going to work on, I'm going to add the nose or parts of the nose. Yeah, because there's a big old gap, right? There's a space here that needs to be, I'm not accounting for. I'm making the lips too big. And right now I just can't see what's wrong. That's what happens. Just can't see what's going on. All right. Not too cool. So I'm starting to notice what I'm doing wrong, but what I'm going to do is after the live is I'm going to rework this grid so I can rework this grid and rework this grid. So these are going to be, instead of 2 by 2 inch squares, I'm going to make them 1 by 1 inch squares. And then these are going to be 1/2 inch squares, or 1/2 by 1.5 inch squares around the face. I need that extra like information so I can make it closer to what's happening. And I am not getting it in the right spot. These things are not in the right spot. They're close, but they're not close enough. So sometimes you need to do a more intense grid so you can see where the placing of objects are at. Another thing is you don't really know where the nose is at. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna be like a for a minute. Just kind of doing a little bit of work, and then I'll stop, go to bed. Actually, I went to bed. All right. Don't like that. I have to come back to this later. But I just want to kind of get something in play on this line before I regroup, I guess. Hmm. 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 Oops. I didn't make that mark. All right. What should I be doing? Let's see. I should be getting more sleep. That's what I should be doing. Oh boy. Something like that. I think I need to go up higher though. I keep saying that and then like all of a sudden it doesn't. There we go. I think something like that would be fine. And then the ear goes way farther out. Like it stops right here, I think. And something like this. I think that's good. Yeah, this is gonna be boring. It's gonna be boring for quite some time. It's gonna be like one of those. You're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. No, it's gonna take a minute before anything, anything interesting kind of happens. Just mapping it out at the moment. I probably should. Honestly, I need to take a lot of time on this part than anything else. Short when you were messing around was really funny. Yeah. Uh, I don't know what short that was, but it was a short. I don't know what that one was. It could have been. It could have been anything. I don't know. I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it. Oh my gosh. Oh man. If I had more time to mess around, I would make so much. So like, I would love to make funny shorts. I have a bunch of. I always have ideas, but I'm like, man, I just don't think I have time to edit hours on end, or even a quick shorts. Like I can't even do that. It's like ridiculous. I feel like a. So I'm stuck just using time lapse shorts of all my drawings. Meanwhile, everyone else is doing cool shorts. Um, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm gonna be working on this for another. Yeah, 4 minutes. Now put me in for an hour. My gosh, in an hour I really didn't get anything done. Oh my gosh. Oh. I remember I didn't get a lot done. I know that I do need to fix this, which means I gotta take this guy right here and I gotta draw over it with it. I gotta get a ruler and I gotta set it out on a flat table, flat surface, and get that drawn out. And I gotta set this out on a flat surface and work on that. I might just do that on another live, just like clear out an area and that on one live, and then who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. I like using that phrase on everything, like as if every time I do a drawing, I'm always diving into the unknown. Like, we're just gonna see what happens, and whatever happens, happens. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, oops. If it's not bad, cool, dude. Cool story, bro. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. You're not going to find out. You're not going to see much happening for, I think my next live, you're just going to see me kind of, what are you going to see me doing? Correcting some things. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of corrections. I got to course correct. For reals. Don't erase the grid. That grid there still. Don't erase it. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, man. Here we go. I'm almost done for the day, fellas. I am almost done for now. 30 minutes. Portrait of my friend from primary school. And then they got mad at you. They're like, this is not good. And you're like, hey, wait. I had friends of mine in school that would tear up my drawings in front of me. And I was like, how are you my friend? It's like, how are you my friend? Why did I allow you to tear up my drawing? Thank goodness it was on lined paper and this drawing sucked. You're lucky. I think I've done a handful of portraits of my friends. I've done some paintings of my friends, and I've done some, I've done some paintings of my friends. I know I've done that. Done some paintings, some drawings. I've drawn some friends as cartoons. I'm sure that your friend enjoyed the fact that you drew a portrait of them, and then you charged them $500. Like, that'll be $500, please. You can Venmo me. Do you have Cash App, Apple Pay? Any of those would be fine. So, PayPal. You can throw me some Bitcoin. They loved it. That's awesome, man. Anyways, I gotta get going. I know what I need to do next time. My next live stream is going to be just as exciting as this one. Am I exciting? Super boring and slow. But when things start happening, man, it's like chef's kiss. All right, I gotta go. Thank you so much.